guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope today's video will be another exciting video for all of you, and I hope everything will be clear to you after this video, and it's a continuation of the previous video. So let's get started. First of all, what is sex determination system? It is a biological system that determines the development of sexual characteristics in an organism. What it is? It is sex determination system I'm talking about. So it is nothing but it is a biological system. It's a biological system. It's a biological system that determines the development of sexual characteristics in any organism. Okay, in any organism, or we can say it like in an organism. So whatever the organism is, development of sexual characteristics will occur after a certain period of time in that organism, and this determination of that which sex that organism belongs to, that whether it's a male or whether it's a female, that system, that biological system is known as sex determination system. Okay, so I hope this is clear, the definition is clear. Now let's move on to how we determine the sex in case of human beings. That whenever human beings are planning for a child, or they have already planned and they are bearing a child, the mother is bearing a child, so how it is determined, like whether the baby will be a baby boy, or whether the baby will be a baby girl, how that is determined. For knowing that, first of all, we should know about how many chromosomes are present in case of male and in case of female. So in any organism, that means in human beings, not in any organism, I mean in case of human beings, the number of chromosomes are 23 pairs. Okay, in case of human beings, the number of chromosomes are 23 pairs. 23 pairs of what we are having? 23 pairs of chromosomes we are having. Okay, now chromosomes are what? I hope till this time you know what are chromosomes. Chromosomes are nothing but those thread-like structures who bear the genetic material, who carry forward the genetic material from the parents to the offsprings. Okay, they are known as chromosomes. Coming to from this 23 pairs, that means how much? In total 46, because 23 into 2, that is. Okay, from this 23 pairs, 22 pairs are called autosomes. That means they are having similar structure and function. These 22 pairs of chromosomes, that means in total how many? 44, are having equal or same structure and function. And the remaining one pair, so out of 23, 22 is here. The remaining one pair is what? It is known as allosome. Allosome we can say, or we can say sex chromosome. It is known as sex chromosome. That means how many we have that in number? One pair, that means 2 we have in number. Is it clear? Human is having in total 23 pairs of chromosomes. That means in total 46, which we get from 23 into 2, because one pair means 2 in number. Out of this 23 pairs, 22 pairs are known as autosomes. 22 pairs of chromosomes are known as autosomes, as they have similar structure and function. Out of this 23, 22, if 22 are autosomes, then one pair is remaining. So one pair, that means 2 in number, are known as allosomes, or they are known as sex chromosome. Clear? Okay. Now let's move on to the determination, that how it is determined that whether the baby will be a boy or whether the baby will be a girl. Okay, so we'll do that in the form of a flow chart, which will be easier. Okay, so let's take the parents. Okay, first let's take the parents. So the parents are whom? Father and mother. Okay, father and mother. Now, how many number of chromosomes the father is having? Firstly, the father is having 44 numbers of autosomes plus one pair of sex chromosome was there, correct? The father is an individual human being, so he is having 22 pairs of autosomes, that means in total 44. Along with that, one pair of sex chromosome was there. So in case of father, the sex chromosome pair is XY. Okay, in case of father, the sex chromosome pair is XY. Coming to mother, so mother is also having 44 autosomes and along with that one pair of sex chromosome. So the sex chromosome in case of mother is XX. It is represented by XX. So XY is one pair of sex chromosome which is in case of father. XX is one pair of sex chromosome which is in case of mother. Okay. Now out of this 44 plus XY, okay, this will be giving how much? This will be further divided into 22 plus X 1 and another we can say 22 plus Y, isn't it? We can say 22 going here with X combination, 22 going here with Y combination. That means one with X chromosome, one with Y chromosome. This X chromosome, that means the sperm which will be bearing. So all of us know that the reproductive, in case of father, what is that genetic material known as? When the reproductive cell or reproductive cell known as, or reproductive gamete known as, what is its name? It's nothing but sperm, right? Sperm in case of father, male, and in case of mother, what it's known as? Ova or ovum or egg. Okay, ova, ovum or egg, it's known as. So sperm cell and egg cell we call it. So out of this 44, 22 are going here with one X and 22 going here with one Y. Likewise from the mother itself, 22 plus X will be there, 1, and again 22 plus X will be there. Okay. So now when this combination will happen, that means when they will combine, what will be the exact result? So let's see. When the sperm is carrying X chromosome, when the sperm of the father is carrying X chromosome, suppose, and it goes in combination with the X chromosome, the X, only X will be there in case of mother because both are X, right? So they will form what? 22 plus X, 22 plus S. Together how much? They will form 44 in total number and XX. Okay. So this is 1. That means 44 plus XS. That means what will be the gender? Female. That means it will be a baby girl. Okay. Like that, when the sperm is carrying Y chromosome within it. So now if it combines with this one, so what will be the result produced? It will be producing 44 plus XY. So it's a baby boy. Because we know that XY means gender will be male. So it's a baby boy. Understood? Now, when suppose this one again, suppose this one combined with this, so it's giving this one is combined with this, so it's giving baby girl, right? Then again if we combine this and this, So these, I have combined this one with this one and this one with this one. Now I'll combine this one with this one, and this one will be combined with what? Again with this one. Okay. So this one again I am combining with this. So it is giving what? It is giving 44 plus XX. So it is again a baby girl. Okay. And lastly, I'll combine this with this. So here it goes, combining with this. So it will give again 44 plus XY. So it's a baby boy. That means how many number of baby boy we are getting and how many number of baby girl we are getting? So we are getting 2, right? That means 50% will be chances of giving birth to a baby girl, and 50% chance will be there to give birth to a baby boy. So that's how the offsprings, these are known as the offsprings. So these offsprings are being decided. So it totally depends upon the sperm of the father, because the mother is already like, it's having XX only. So there is no difference, right, in the sex chromosome. But in case of father, X and Y is there. So it totally depends upon the sperm, that whether it is carrying X chromosome or whether it is carrying Y chromosome. So if the sperm carries X chromosome within it, so and it combines with the mother's X chromosome, it will produce a baby girl. And when if the sperm is carrying Y chromosome within it and it is combining with the mother, which is having, who is having this X chromosome, so XY means it will be a baby boy. So there is 50% chance of baby girl and 50% chance of baby boy when we are doing this cross. Okay, when we are doing this cross, this is the result. So that's how sex is determined, or we can say this full thing as the sex determination system. One more thing I will tell you. So I'm rubbing this. You can have a screenshot you can take, or if you want, I can provide the material to you also. Okay, so please comment down in the comment section below. So let me know about this. I hope it's clear. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to say to you. Maybe you know this also, but if somebody doesn't know, for them I'm saying, or for those people who are unaware of this. So 22 plus X. Okay, I'll do like this. So in case of male or father, what were the number of chromosomes? 44 plus XY. Okay. We divided this into how much? We divided this into 2. Okay. So 22 plus X was 1 and 22 plus Y was 1. Okay. Now this 22 plus X is known as gynosperm. When the sperm is carrying X chromosome, sperm is carrying X chromosome within it. It is known as gynosperm. Okay, gynosperm. And when the sperm is carrying Y chromosome within it, it is known as androsperm. Clear, all of you? This is just an added information. If already you know, then very good. Okay, so that's it. The sex determination system ends here. Okay. The DNA structure. So it's very important to know about what is DNA. Already we know that it's deoxyribonucleic acid and it is the basic genetic material. Okay, if anyone has lost his or her child and if someone comes and say that, okay, I am your child, okay, like that. So what the first thing they do? they get a DNA testing, okay, that whether like if their DNA is matching, then yes, that is the child, and if not, then obviously they are, I mean, that person will not be the child. Okay, so DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, actually consists of two long chains of subunits, and as you can see in the picture also, both of those chains are entangled with each other, like this, they are entangled, okay, and twisted around each other. Thereby, as they are twisted around each other, they are forming a kind of double helix like structure. That means a kind of double membrane like structure is there. So it's a double stranded helix, and the subunits of each strand are composed of nucleotides consisting of a nitrogenous base, a sugar base, that is the deoxyribose sugar, then 1 to 3 phosphate groups are also there, and histones and everything are also there, so I'm not moving into that much details. The four bases of DNA are A, G, T and C. What they are? So A for adenine, G for guanine, T for thymine and C for cytosine. In case of RNA, it is just the change. I mean, adenine, guanine, cytosine will remain, but instead of thymine comes uracil. In case of RNA, I am talking about, it comes uracil. Instead of thymine, it is replaced by uracil in case of RNA. Now moving to the next thing, that is the difference which is between nucleus, chromosome, gene and DNA. So many students get confused between, like they think, okay, all are same, oh my god, what will I do? So nucleus is nothing but where the DNA is stored in eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotic cell, now what is eukaryotic cell? I hope you people remember. U means true nucleus and karyotic comes from the word karyon, which means nucleus. Okay, so true nucleus. U means true and karyotic comes from the word karyon, which means nucleus. So nucleus is where the DNA is stored in eukaryotic cells. Coming to what is DNA? So DNA is the material that makes up the genes and chromosome, and it is stretched and unwound. If it is stretched and unwound, it would look like a double helix. Coming to the chromosome, so the term chromosome is nothing but tightly wound DNA. So whenever the DNA are tightly wounded with each other, tightly bound with each other, tightly joined with each other, that is known as chromosome. So they are thread-like structures, okay, which are responsible for carrying the genetic material, that is DNA. Coming to the term gene. So the term gene refers to nothing but a small section of DNA. Whenever we are cutting a section, a segment or a fragment from DNA, that small section of DNA is nothing but it is known as gene, and it codes for a particular trait, a particular characteristic it codes for. Okay, next is allele. So alleles, till now we have done in dihybrid cross and all of that, we said allele. So what are that? Alleles are nothing but different possibilities for a given trait. That means whenever, suppose everyone has two alleles, right? One from mother and we get one from father. So one can roll the tongue. That is, suppose mom's egg, as you can see in the picture also, mom's egg gave you a capital R allele. That means dominant one. That means you can roll your tongue. You can do like this, okay? But your dad's sperm gave you a chota wala allele. That means a small allele, R allele, which is the I mean, not the capital one, which is the recessive one. Capital R is the dominant one and small r is the recessive one. So when mom's egg, which is having the dominant allele, that is R, which means that you can roll, and recessive allele which your dad's sperm is giving you, so that is small r, that means the recessive character it is having. So you probably will be having capital R and small r when both of them will be crossing together. So in case of capital R and small r, which one dominates? Capital R. That means you will be able to roll your tongue. Okay, so alleles are what? They are the different possibilities of given trait. That means already the characteristics which we are getting from our mother, from our father. From there, one allele will get from our mother, one allele will get from our father. Both of them when crosses, like when cross each other, that means the dominant one will rule. So here itself, as I told you, that the capital R allele, that means which you got from your mother, is like you can roll your tongue. You can do like okay, that is the rolling of tongue. Maybe I'm looking like a fool, but still, to make you understand, it's better if I do like this. And that sperm is giving you what? Recessive R. That means you can't roll. That's a recessive characteristic. It's a recessive trait. So when both of them is combined, when both of them are combining with each other, what they are forming? RR. That means together which one will roll? Capital R. So obviously you can roll. Okay. So here it is. That's it for allele. Thank you for today. I hope you liked the class. If you are having any problem regarding, or if you are having any questions, we'll have an MCQ session after this regarding this chapter. So please go through the previous videos. I'll give the link in the description box. Check out them, and so that everything gets cleared enough, and whenever we'll do the MCQ session, you can answer everything very quickly. Okay, so thank you. If you like it, please share it and subscribe. Thank you so much.